Alright, so instead of continuing to use my Hello World program, which I should have stopped using a long time ago, let's actually go in and make a new text edit file. So here we have text edit, here we have our simple text editor without any of the rich text formatting options, so that's good. And we're going to make a coin flipping program to help us with our important life decisions. Let's put in some commas in here so that way we know what we're doing. Makes it a little bit bigger. We're going to call this decide.py. So there that is. And let's do import modules. Alright, so obviously we have the first parts, the name of the program and importing the module. So the next thing is figuring out how this program is going to be laid out. So if we think about like flipping a coin to make a decision, we've got a couple of things going on. First, we have to have a question. We have to figure out what the results are. We have to figure out which results are attached to which sides of the coin, because if you decide after you flip the coin, well, it's not really a chance, because your allocation of which answer goes to which side might be biased by which one you really want to do, which I guess is a fine way of making the choice anyways. So let's do question, results, and flip. Alright, so for the import module, as we did on the previous ones, super simple, just import random. And now for our question. So this brings us back to the user input. So let's do user Q for question, and that'll be inputs. And then we could just leave it at that, but without a prompt, the user might not know what to put in. So and just to make sure that we are giving the user good instructions, make sure that they know to press enter, because maybe they don't. And we're going to do our escape command, so that way it's not printing out in the same line, and I like to have a couple extra spaces in front of it. And now we need our results. So let's do result 1 and result 2, and I want these to actually be up to the user. So I'm going to do input again, which results will heads represent, and input, which results will tails represent. Maybe some sort of difference in there so that way they don't look exactly the same. Alright, so before I go further, let's make sure this actually works. I'm just going to put test in here, and let's do print user Q print result 1. I just want to make sure that everything is working right. Print result 2. Everything looks good. Let's try it. Alright, so I'm going to open my desktop, so cd desktop, and Python3 is what we're going to run it through, and we'd called this decide.py. Oh, I forgot my closing parentheses. That's okay. Let's try that again. Good. I forgot the new lines. That's why it's always good to test. How's the weather? Sunny, rainy, good. Looks good. So let's add in the escape command for the new line, double space, escape command for the new line, double space, press save. I like that level of indentation there, so that's good, and that will repeat further down. Alright, So that test allowed me to fix a few bugs before I got too far in, so that's good. Now I don't know if I want to make it flip right away. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have one more command before the coin flips. So I'm going to do one more input. And I'm not actually going to record this input because really all I want here is just a delay for them to have to press enter again, kind of saying that they are ready, signifying that they are ready. So press enter when you're ready. Let's make this all capitalized just to match up here. Now I didn't tell it to press enter on these two, but since it followed the same pattern, I think they'll figure it out. You could always test that and see if majority of your audience figures it out to help you decide. Now what we need to do is we need to actually have the randomization occur and have that affect which result happens. So we need to have a variable that decides whether it's heads or tails. So let's do coin results equals the module name, the name of the function inside of the module, and then in here needs to be our value. So since it's only one or the other, that's 1 out of 2. Now what we need is we need some sort of like result that happens if one thing happens, but then a different result if the other thing happens. And this is what we call an if-else. And it's actually pretty easy to do. All we do is we just do if. We need our variable in here, so coin results equals 1. Then 4 spaces, answer equals result 1. And then for the else, we just do else answer equals result 2. Now you might be saying, well, why isn't this else coin result double equals 2? Well, that's because it's either that or it's not that, so we don't really need it to have that in there, so we just don't. Now something else that might throw you off is, why do we have this double equal sign? So if you recall earlier when we were working with variables and stuff, we talked about a single equal sign, meaning that this becomes that. Now in this situation, we're not wanting this to become that. We're saying, is this already equal to that? And that's what the double equal sign does. It's a check on if something is equal to that already, not assigning value. And so it's important that you understand the difference between these two. And we'll use that a whole lot more later. And now that we have our result, and we have our conditional, our if-else, we need to actually print the answer. And actually we need to get rid of test here, because that's not part of test anymore. So print the answer. So that's going to be, let's increase spacing here a little bit just to make this a little bit more readable in my opinion. There we go, that looks pretty good. And this will just be print answer. And let's see if this works. So cd desktop once again, Python3 decide.py. There we go. Little bug there. Left out the double quotation mark. Save this. Try again. There we go. Should I wear a sweater? Has represent yes. Tells represent no. Press enter when I'm ready. No.